The Canadian and United States bilateral trade amounts in 2024 were $1 trillion, which is incredible, right? After the tariffs went into play, 2025, they went down to $720 billion. Okay, still good. There were 13 demands that were made by the United States to the Canadians on top of those 50% tariffs that you mentioned earlier. I want to just lay out very quickly what a few of those are so people can understand and put yourself in the position of the Canadians who are our neighbors, our biggest trading partners to the north. And imagine if some of these demands came to the UK, for example. First, elimination of Buy Canada public procurement, meaning that they completely get a ban preference for local or Canadian businesses to be able to put in for bids for contracts, okay? Two, they want to eliminate the cultural language and protection. Most Canadians speak Quebec French, okay? They wanted to also get rid of rules specifically targeting Quebec's French language protections. Another one, dismantling agricultural safeguards. This is very important, especially here in the United States right now. Removal completely. They want Canada to remove their supply management system for dairy, for eggs, and poultry, and adoption of United States chemicals and pesticides. You all maybe have heard we've had 122 food and beverage recalls just within the last year, okay? And they continue to rise. The other one, Canada must submit to foreign investments in infrastructure, giving the United States functional veto power over foreign investment in Canada. And the last one I will say is preemptive trade restrictions on non-U.S. nations. Canada giving up the right to set independent foreign trade policy for itself and its people, okay? This is so incredibly damaging and not how you treat your ally and partner, especially at a time when our allies are walking away or they're not supporting us in certain ways because of how this president has treated them publicly and privately. And one of your expert brought this up. The timing of this is just insane to me, that we are 71 days from a midterm election and the Republicans are very worried about crucial states right now where Democrats have good candidates, or they wouldn't be worried and the polls wouldn't be saying so, like, for example, Maine, where my family is from. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, New York, Minnesota, Indiana, Ohio. All of these are very critical to the workers that work in auto industries, for example, that have tourism and trade directly along the Canadian border. This is going to hurt American workers and American families, okay, not just on the cost of the tariffs, but everything that comes along with it.
Canada should be grateful, but, you know, first of all, they haven't had to spend a penny on their defense because the Americans look after them for that. And this idea that they've got anything to say that, you know, oh, well, the cars are built half in Canada. Yeah, they should be grateful that they are, because guess what? America has the greatest manufacturing in the world. They should bring all of that back into the US. They are picking a fight. For some reason, once again, Mark Carney is a Trump hater, and this is what he's doing. He's trying to appeal to his base and win votes. Because
you know, viewers, that I always come prepared. You might not agree with me all the time, but I'm going to give numbers. It's very interesting, and I'm curious where Thomas is getting these numbers from, that he says Carney just wants to get more votes. Carney is sitting at 66% of an approval rating right now.
Because he's a Trump hater.
Hold on.
That's exactly what they love about him. He won because he was attacking Trump.
Higher than any other world leader right now. And you know where President Trump is sitting? At the high 30% points. So 60-30, this is Donald Trump being a bully, trying to use his ego to hurt American consumers and our trade and partnerships with our allies.
Matthew Stadler, you had your head in your hands at the point.
It's that sort of populist, lightweight political commentary nonsense that gets us all into such trouble. Laurie and the previous commentator, who I thought was superb, they just dismantled what Trump is up to here. And then we've had this chap Thomas who's saying, oh, it's all rubbish and we should just bring everything back into America and Trump's great and fantastic and right. Thomas also said in the previous segment that we should be allying ourselves economically more closely to America. What he's just demonstrated, and what Laurie in her opposition to what Trump is doing has just clearly demonstrated, is that if we were trying to do that, we would be at the behest of the bully in the form of Donald Trump. And guess what? When you are Canada on your own, and Mark Carney is standing up to Trump, he's doing his best. When you're Canada on your own, or you're Britain, great as we are on your own, you are a lot less strong than you are when you are part of a union. And to use that terrible phrase of the populists, I'm afraid that is just common sense.